Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Hearthstone Mercenaries video, I'm going to take a look at the top 3 PVE farming comps for farming Sunken City normal bounties for coins. Sunken City normals are worth farming because all of them give coins only for the new mercenaries, apart from Garrosh, well, don't farm Garrosh. And because you're guaranteed to get 3 slots of coins for mercenaries that you probably don't have maxed, then that makes those bounties worth farming. But what do we want from a farming comp anyway? Well, a farming comp would have to be fast, so we want those fights to be very short, so it rules out stuff like nature. Nature is pretty solid, but nature is slow. Dragon's another one, it's just not fast enough to really be a farming comp. Then it needs to be easy, preferably click, 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 and the opponents will die. The easier the better. The less you need to think during farming, the better. Obviously we would want it to be reliable, so losing fights is not... that's counterproductive when it comes to farming. And finally, we would like farming comp to be able to carry other mercenaries, because at the end of the bounty, there's one slot of coins that's going to give coins for a random mercenary in your party, and you would like to get those coins to be useful as well. So an ideal farming comp would have only 3 mercenaries, but in practice you often want to bring 4, just in case that if something goes wrong, then the run is not wasted, you will have a little bit of backup. Given these criteria, there are 3 comps that are far above everything else when it comes to farming normal Sunken City bounties. The third best comp is Yasharaj. Use Yasharaj with Defiled Attack, use Mercy and Kazakus to get some more stuff on the board, more things for Yasharaj to steal attack from, and then Yasharaj is going to go in and do its thing. However, this comp is not perfect. There are actually fights in normal Sunken City where Yasharaj will die, so you would have to go in with Mercy, Kazakus, Nefarian for those fights in order to avoid Yasharaj being killed, and also it's not strong in all of the boss fights. Because in many ways this really resembles the pre-Balinda fire, or glass cannon. When it kills stuff real fast, but then it just hits a wall and doesn't perform as well anymore. Note that running this as a 4-piece is mandatory, because you will need Nefarian in some of the potential fights during the climbs, very rarely, and Nefarian is also useful in some of the bosses, much more often. The second best comp for farming is Frost. Lokalar, Varden and Jaina can just handle pretty much everything. And then as the 4th member I'm bringing in Balinda, because in some of the boss fights Balinda is very useful. So having this 4-piece just makes sure that you will be able to handle everything. And well, if you're looking for the very best farming comp, then Fire is still the very best farming comp. When it comes to Sunken City normals, I actually prefer Yulon, Ragnar, Skedon for the climb, because that means that you just click the second ability, click, click, click. Very easy, very fast, very strong. But at some of the boss fights, you will need Balinda. So then you bring Balinda for some of those boss fights, Balinda, Ragnar, Skedon for those, and then this comp can just handle everything Sunken City can throw at it. If you really wanted to go with a 3-piece comp, then there is only one 3-piece comp that is 100% reliable, and that's Balinda, Ragnar, Skedon. So at the expense of a little bit more clicking during the climb, you could bring in a 3rd carry, which would then increase your probability to get useful coins from that one slot at the end of the bounty a little bit. But Yulon, Ragnar, Skedon is just so mindless and so easy for the climb that I still kind of prefer going in with a 4-piece. Here is some sample gameplay footage of all of these comps, showcasing how they manage the climb and how they manage the bosses. So let's go check them out. In action. Easy. Yasharaj kills Doppelgangster easily. So that is an upside. Obviously Fire also kills Doppelgangster. Sometimes, not always. Yasharaj should kill it always, right? I have once lost with Fire to first fight Doppelgangster, when half of them were out of reach of frag hits. But I mean, Yasharaj should just have no problems whatsoever with this. Let's go! Get that boss! Ah, so many! They're all gonna die. Wow. I mean, just from Mercenaries alone. There were like, how many? I guess more, I mean, at least more than 30, maybe more than 40 bucks in Mercenaries mode alone. Well, that's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? Yashuras actually just decided to go off and die. And all of the enemies acted before I had a chance to act with any of my characters, so there was no way that I could save the Yashuras. Am I still going with Murky? I'm still going with Murky so that I can slime time, which means that I can guarantee a taunt on one of these. Usually it's mid-August, right? Well, like Scholomance was 6th of August. I think there's been like 4th of August. So typically it's the first week of August. Let's see what happens. Fifty chance to kill that one. I win the roll. That was nice. He's taking a bit of damage there, but they're coming in with them cleaves. I fear not, because they have 0 attack. Haha. So, let's go to summon more stuff here. Taunt Golem. Zero attack. But another turtle trample. Oh noes. This has got to be taken seriously. It's actually going to kill the Yashuras. It's also going to kill the Murky. I mean, it doesn't have to kill the Murky. I can just bubble right. If I don't want to die. Well, this one is dead. Doesn't matter what I tell it to do. Let's bubble a bit. Tyrael appears. Another turtle trample. Can't holy combo. I'm not dealing a whole lot of damage here. This time I will be losing. I will be losing Murky. I will also be losing Kazakus. This doesn't deal enough damage to go through. Becoming a dragon is too late. Golems are too late. Well, that's a bummer. I cannot make a huge Kazakus because trample happens before. Kazakus can do anything. Huge Kazakus is off the table. But here, I suppose Yashuras will do. This should be enough to kill that Kresh. It's gonna turtle trample again. This time I have no one that can save me. Nope. But Yashuras is fast enough. Well, Nefarian stole all the attack from Kresh, which kind of helped. And I won the 50-50 roll, so it's not like this is a very solid Kresh farming comp. It clearly isn't. I literally cannot get the death blow chain rolling right. Because I can get to 62 attack on turn 1. That's 124 damage to the retainer. Plus 12 from this, that's 138. I cannot kill the retainer T1. Let's see. I'm probably going to taunt the Praying Mantid and try to hit into that one.
I'm looking for a few good mercenaries.
This one is taunting up now, but we can ignore that. We can go for this one. Because we can slime time it for a taunt. But will this be enough? I'm not at all convinced that this will be enough. Shek'zara is already dead. On the other hand, this one now has Taunt. And I have the Nefarian. And if we can kill this one, then that takes away so much power from that comp. I suppose we're still fine. To this one already. So that's 50. And Mercy slimes them, right? I guess we'll just slime there. And use this to attack. I might even summon another 2020. It's gonna start hitting into the Empress. Forgot that. Well, yeah, there was no way to. Summoning the Golem actually didn't give me that one, so I'm not sure if that was great. Sound strike gain +3 nature damage and attack an enemy. Okay, go ahead. I'm just gonna rush in and slime time and attack with this, and can't get rid of those golems. We just need Shadow Claws. Everything's going into the Empress now. The Empress actually falls pretty easily because we have the double greens. It wouldn't fall if we didn't have Nefarian. We need both Nefarian and Mercy for this. When we have them both, it's just easy. Attack an enemy. Yeah, sure, you can attack, but it's not going to do much. Merc can just kill that one. To make more taunt golems. And pow. Yeah, so Yashura's alone wasn't enough for this bounty, but Nefarian and Mercy, just the right colors, works splendidly for Shek'zara. After all, we're here to test out the limits of this comp. What is a better way to just try the limits of this comp than to do the mindless thing, even when it looks like it might be a bad idea? There's no better way to test this comp. Well, they already lost. That was their most powerful character. The rest don't matter. Boo-hoo, I will take a little bit of damage. Yeah, that's not gonna hurt. There will be no end of turn. I'm gonna do the frost thing here. I'm just going to attack. I think I'm going to freeze that one too. Then flurry and ice flows into that. I want to get rid of that plus nature damage. Yeah, I have a bit of a hard time understanding what, like, I of course look at the route. So that, like, it's not only elite fights and no resurrections. That could get, like, pretty tough. That 7-speed AoE actually isn't that bad, right? 24 to everybody. That's 48 to this one. Now this is the time to freeze that one again. Can't wait to see more of Sire Denatrius. Yeah, Denatrius was very popular, definitely. I can just ice flows there. This should be perfectly fine. Yeah, you can bonk into Jaina a little bit, but that doesn't even do much. And now the Empress is dead. And everyone dies. It's going to be a flurry. I'm just making a water elemental. Empress dead. Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, Frost. Frost is pretty good. Get on deals 27. So we could just Magma Blast there.
Job's done.
And that's going to wipe the board. I did make one move. That's what's other than 2-2-2. I guess 2-2-2 would have worked too.
Swim back from whence you came.
Oh yeah, it was normal. So that was tiny. No, it was a tiny... It was a tiny little bomb. I forgot that it doesn't deal 60. Oh well. It still works. So that was the problem with Eternal. But it's a lovely game. I haven't played it for, I think, 2 years now. Because I don't have time to play games. But when I did, I especially enjoyed drafting. Drafting is so much fun in Eternal. Best drafting game by far. It's like... Draft in Eternal is like what Hearthstone Arena should have been, instead of the horrible mutant that it is. Because oh boy is Hearthstone Arena bad. Like it's the worst limited format I have ever seen in any game. It's just atrocious. And then we're going to blast everything in that one, right? I believe so. One game was this Duelist. I played Duelist too. I didn't really like that one though. I didn't enjoy the board. Board combined with the card stuff. Just didn't find that as much fun. So that's 48. And then this one is a bunch more, 31 more. So that kills that one. Which means that this gets to freeze Yasharash. And this just gets to do Inferno things. Looking forward to Arclight Rumble content. Yeah, I wonder what's going on with that game, because I haven't heard anything about it for such a long time now. Well, it's weeks. It's just weeks, I know, but still. I mean, fire is still fire. Like, you can talk about Yasharash, but fire is still fire. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and check out my Twitch channel.